Hello, my dear students. I hope you are enjoying your vacation. Also praying praying in this Ramadan holy month. Okay, and also enjoying your freedom too. Okay, so today I'm going to explain you one topic. Its name is fiber to fabric. As we completed nutrition in animals, now we are going to start another topic, that is fiber to fabric. This topic is included in chemistry. Okay, why? Because it is related with the material and its property, and hence it is included in chemistry. But before I am starting about class 7 content, let's recall class 6 content so that it would be easy to interconnect with each other and it will be easy to understand. Okay, so why to waste time? Let's start. So in the 6th standard, we understood that different types of fabrics are available in the market, which is made up of different kinds of fibers. Now what is fiber? To understand that, let me give you a small example. Okay, suppose you want to build or construct a wall. So what is the basic thing you require? That is bricks and cement. So by combining this cement and bricks together, you will going to get a huge wall. So same way, if you want fabric, so fabric is made up of a very basic structure known as fibers. Okay, now what is fibers? Fibers means thin hair-like strand is known as fibers. Understood? Okay, so if you going to twist it, then you will going to get a very strong, long, continuous thread, and if you combine this thread together, then you will going to get fabric. Understood? Okay, and in the market different kinds of fabrics are available. Suppose you went for the shopping of the clothes. Okay, your mother or you would often ask that which material is this. So the shopkeeper replies that this material is velvet or silk or georgette or chiffon likewise. Okay, so as I said you that different fabrics are available and fabrics are made up of fibers. So I can say that different kinds of fibers are available. Okay, so based on that we understood it by a flow chart. Okay, that is types of fiber. Okay, there are mainly two types of fibers that we understood in the 6th standard, that is natural fiber and artificial fibers. Natural fibers means the fibers obtained from plants and animals. Okay, and it is obtained from plants and animals, hence it is further classified into two types, that is plant fibers and animal fibers. Plant fibers examples are cotton, jute, hemp, coir, flax, etc. Okay, animal fibers examples are wool and silk. Artificial fibers means man-made fibers, and the examples of artificial fibers are PVC means polyvinyl chloride, nylon, rayon, polyester and polyacrylic. Understood? Okay, in the 6th standard we understood about plant fibers. We understood cotton, then jute. How do we get fabric from the fiber? Okay, which processes will happen and then you will going to get the fabric. Okay, that we understood. Then we understood that how do we get jute fibers from the jute plant, how do we get cotton fibers from the cotton plants, afterward the spinning process. Then we understood weaving and knitting. Okay, now in the 7th standard they have concentrated on animal fibers. Okay, so in this chapter we will going to learn in detail about how do we get woolen fibers and silk fibers, and from that how do we get woolen fabric and silk fabric. Okay, and when you will come in 8th standard you will going to learn about artificial fibers. So like this way this chapter is in a continuation manner, starts from the 6th and ends up to 8th standard. Understood? Okay, so without wasting time, let's start. But before that, let's recall the definition of fiber, then fabric and yarn. So here comes the first definition of fibers. What do you mean by the term fibers? Okay, so suppose at your home some waste material or waste fabric is there. Try to pull out a thread from that, and if you untwist that thread, you will going to find very thin, fine hair-like strand, which is called fibers. Okay, these fibers are going to twist it together. 2 to 3 fibers are twisting together for getting a long, continuous, strong thread. Then it is known as yarn. Understood? Okay, and this process of getting yarn from fibers by twisting method is known as spinning process. Understood? Okay, and if you combine the yarns together either in a 2 sets manner or just in 1 set manner with the help of weaving process or knitting process, whatever you will get, that is known as fabric. Okay, and in the last photo we understood that different kinds of fabrics are available in the market. Okay, so now I hope you recall all the 6 standard content. Now it's time to understand about 7 standard. Okay, that is nothing but the animal fiber. So let's get started. Here comes the animal fibers. Animal fibers means the fibers which obtain from animals. Okay, and the examples are wool and silk. First of all, I will going to explain you about wool and then we'll go for the silk. Okay, so this is the wool fiber. Okay, wool. If you heard this term, it will be very easy. It will immediately comes in your mind about the woolen clothes like sweater, shawl, jackets and all. Okay, why? Because these all things are made up of woolen material. Okay, so this wool is obtained from animals. Okay, and these animals obtain has a very thick coat of hair on their bodies, and that thick coat of hair is known as fleece. Fleece is a scientific term. It means thick coat of hair. Understood? So some animals bears thick coat of hair on their bodies, and the examples are sheep, goat, camel, yak, rabbit, etc. Okay, you might have questioned that why God has given these animals fleece. Okay, so the reason is very simple, that this thick coat of hair will going to trap the air between them, and this air is a poor conductor of heat. Poor conductor of heat means do not allow the heat to pass through, or should I say escape through. Okay, so as the animal is having particular inner body temperature, okay, or should I say warmth inside the body. Now, as the air is a poor conductor of heat and it is trapped between this thick coat of hair, or should I say fleece. So what will happen? This warmth cannot able to escape from the body of the animal, and due to that reason it will keep the animal warm during the winter season. So this is the basic reason why these animals is having fleece on their body, and hence this is the reason only why we are wearing woolen clothes in the winter season. Okay, same thing will happen. Okay, if you are covering your body with the help of 2 to 3 sweater or a single woolen sweater, then what will happen? That between the holes the air is trapped, and this air will not allow your body's warmth to escape outside, and hence it will make you feel more warm and more comfortable. Understood? Okay, so that's why we are wearing woolen clothes in the winter season. Okay, some other uses are also available of wool material, not only just to make woolen clothes, but also it is used in heavy industries, piano hammers, upholstery, etc. Okay, now these animals are having mainly 2 types of hair. Okay, the upper layer of the hair is very rough in nature, as it comes in a contact with dust particles. Also, with the help of wind, it is just getting coarse. Okay, so wools, these animals are having mainly two types of fleece on their body. The first one is coarse beard, and second one is known as fine soft underhair. Okay, now whatever the upper layer of the fleece is there, it is considered as a coarse beard. Okay, and from that we are making the carpets, mats and all. Okay, and very fine soft underhairs are there. From that we are making the woolen clothes. Understood? So like this way, on their body two types of fleece are available naturally, that is coarse beard and fine soft underhairs. Okay, here is a small table. Okay, in that the name of animal is given, and these animals are located in which places, and what is the use of their woolen fibers. Okay, so let's understand. It is, the first one is yak. Okay, that yak is mostly available in the Tibet and Ladakh. Okay, which is in our India only. Okay, so its uses is to make ropes and blankets. Okay, next one is Angora goat, which is very much famous. Okay, because from these woolen fibers, very costly and very precious shawls are made up of, and this goat is available in the Jammu and Kashmir. Next one is llama and alpaca. Okay, llama and alpaca is available in the South America, and from this we will going to get carpets, sweaters, socks, etc. And last breed is available, that is Nali. Okay, it is available in the Punjab and Haryana, and from that we can make the carpet wool. So like this way, a small table, not only just these animals, some other animals are also providing us wool, and from that also different kinds of things are going to be made. Okay, but this is just a small introduction, that's why I have given this table over here. Understood? Now we understood how do we get woolen fibers. Now it's time to understand that how do we get very good quality of wool. Okay, so to obtain a very good quality of wool, you must have to select some parent for the selective breeding. Okay, means what happens, suppose you want a very extraordinary wool, suppose you want very beautiful pashmina wool also and angora wool also. So what they are doing, they are going to select the parent means one male and one female. Okay, and due to that reason, whatever the new baby comes, that new baby consists of the characteristic of pashmina wool also and the angora wool also. So like this way they are selecting the parents, and this parent selecting method is known as selective breeding. So due to that reason, you will going to get the best quality wool. So this is the very first process which happen for obtaining precious wool. Now it's time to understand that suppose we got the we have done the selective breeding also, and we get the very best quality wool. Now what will happen? Now which processes will happen? Due to that reason, we will going to get the woolen fiber, woolen fabric from the woolen fibers. Okay, so here I have mentioned total 5 processes, and through these 5 processes we will going to get woolen fibers to woolen fabric. Okay, that processes are, the first one is shearing, the second one is coring, the third one is sorting, fourth one is rolling, and fifth one is dyeing. Okay, these are just a name. We will going to understand these processes afterwards. Okay, so I hope you understand the introduction of the fiber to fabric chapter. Okay, and hope you hope you record the 6th standard content also. Okay, next time in the next video we will going to understand all these 5 processes in detail, and how do we obtain the woolen fabric from the woolen fibers by these 5 processes. Understood? Okay, till then just recall this. If you want to note down these things inside your notebook, it is allowed, beta. Okay, and please remember me in your duas. Okay, till then have a nice day, be healthy, and please support your parents. Okay, thank you so much, have a nice day, bye.